Hi, I'm Mari Joya and welcome to Bake It Easy. And to continue with the Valentine's theme that we've been doing, this one is for my single people. So for today, we're making a double chocolate chip cookie filled with dulce de leche. I mean, I told you, who needs a boyfriend or a girlfriend if you have this? So come with me and let's prepare it. Again, as per usual, ingredients are pretty straightforward. Butter, room temp, important, granulated sugar, brown sugar, flour, cocoa powder, salt, baking soda, chocolate chips. I'm using dark, really good quality chocolate chips, beaten egg, vanilla extract, and dulce de leche. And the only equipment we're gonna need for this is a spatula, because that's how amazing this recipe is and how simple it is. Side note, for this particular recipe, I am using bread flour just because bread flour gives a chewier texture and for me, therefore, a superior cookie. By all means, please, you don't have to go out and buy some bread flour if you're not going to use it in anything else. You can just sub it for the same amount of all-purpose flour and it's going to be all good. Now, you're probably wondering, Mari, how do you get 2 tablespoons of egg? Well, what you do is you take an egg, you whisk it, and then you measure it out like so. As simple as that. Guys, this recipe is as easy as just dumping the ingredients in a bowl, and that's it. So we're gonna put our butter and our 2 sugars in the bowl. And this is why it's important for it to be at room temp, because that way, since we're gonna do everything by hand and only with a spatula, if we have the butter at room temp, that makes our life easier. And if your butter is not at room temp, there's a video down there somewhere from our previous seasons on how to bring butter at room temp in no time. So click here. Now that this is the consistency you're looking for, basically. Now we add our egg and our vanilla extract, and we're gonna incorporate more. Maybe at this point, you might need a whisk. I lied, you might need 2 things, spatula and a whisk. Let me go grab one real quick. Got it? Now you want to mix. This consistency is what you're looking for. After this, you're going to add your dry ingredients all together. Cocoa powder, flour, baking soda, and salt. And we switch again. That's it. You fold in your chocolate chips. I am using very dark chocolate chips just because that's what I want to do. But if you want to use milk chocolate chips, by all means do it. If you want to do white chocolate chips, by all means do it. If you want to do a kitchen sink version of this cookie, by all means you do you, boo-boo. It's Valentine's Day, and you can customize it as you please. I'm keeping it as simple as possible because I'm already gonna make it extra with that dulce de leche center. This is a very sticky dough, like very sticky. And what I am going to do is, and I suggest you do it, so don't be that impatient, put it in the fridge for about 10 minutes just so it gets hard and it becomes manageable, because we are going to fill it with dulce de leche, so you want it to be less sticky so it's easier to handle, okay? That's it, we're gonna cover it up, put it to rest, 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. If you wanna do more, totally okay. I just don't wanna wait any longer, but I'll see you later. So let's go to the fridge. My dough is chilled and it's going to make it easier to handle. But still, it's a very sticky dough on its own, so I like to use a little spray to roll it, and you'll see why. You see, it's sticky. So by spraying a little bit, my hands makes it easier for me to work the dough, because this is the fun part. We're going to fill it with thick, thick, thick. It's a little hard to work like this, but we'll make it. And you fold it in. And you make a ball. As best as you can, because I understand it's hard. This is going to go again in the fridge for a hot second, just so the cookie won't spread out too much, because it will spread out regardless. But if we put it in the fridge for a little bit, it's going to spread out less. So let's get back to the fridge and then to the oven. By the way, at this point, you preheat your oven to 350. This is the second round of chilling for the cookie dough, and now it's time for baking. And I would give it around 10 to 15 minutes, no more than that, because you don't want to over bake it, but baking times vary according to your oven. And you want to make sure that the edges are crispy, are set, but the inside is gooey, because otherwise you get a very tough cookie and you don't want that. Especially with this one that had spread flour, and you're gonna develop a lot of gluten. So let's go. Let's hear it for the cookie that's the size of your face. Guys, take a look at this deliciousness, this gooiness that it's filled with dulce de leche. Now we have to have a little bit of patience and wait for it to cool down, because the cookie is chewy on its own, and it's even, soft on its own, and it's even softer because of the dulce de leche filling. So it's imperative that we wait for it to cool down before we take it out of the tray into a cooling rack or devouring it, okay? It's time to try. Now, this is totally optional, but highly recommended. I have some sea salt here that I like to add on top of the cookie just because I recommend it, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. Now, we are going to I want you to do a close-up on this. It's warmer than it should, because I got, impatient. But look at that. It's fudgy. Let's see. This is money. I feel like it's like a brownie, but it's not a brownie. But it's like a brownie and a cookie with dulce de leche had a baby. I don't know. It's and that sea salt, really, wow. Because it's chewy, but it's crunchy, but it's soft and gooey, and it's just all deliciousness. My friends, this Valentine's Day, treat yourself to something nice. And if you're not single, you can still enjoy this. But to my single friends, happy Valentine's. Until next time. Well, guys, if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and follow, and be on the lookout for my other Valentine's content. Till next time, bake it easy.